What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be discussing the 5-step process that we use to build highly targeted lists of decision makers of local businesses by scraping data from Google Maps and a tool called Outscraper. Now, if you're looking to build highly targeted lists of decision makers of any local business located on Earth, then keep watching. This video is for you. Now, let's dive into it. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Isaac Wood. I'm the founder of levergrowth.io. We're a B2B lead generation agency using cold email to help our clients book 5 to 15 meetings each month with their ideal client on autopilot. So in today's video, we're going to cover 4 things. One, we're going to talk about local business and the targeting problem around that. We're going to talk about the tech stack recommendation that we use. We'll talk about the 5 steps to build a list of local service businesses. And then we will actually do a demo to show you the step-by-step process that we actually get an end result. And then we're going to do a little bonus copywriting exercise at the end using your scraped data for personalization at scale. The primary challenge when it comes to targeting local business decision makers is the availability of accurate and up-to-date contact information. Now, many local businesses do not always update their contact information online, or they might not even have a substantial online presence to begin with. Now, many people fail at targeting these decision makers because of these reasons. And this challenge presents a clear opportunity to capitalize on the massive local business market. We're going to build our highly targeted lead list using these 4 tools on the screen here. So first, we're going to use outscraper.com. This is a Google Maps scraper. So we're going to find those ideal fit company domains, which will then enrich with a tool called Apollo.io. This is a best-in-class B2B contact database, so we can find all the contact information of decision makers. Next, we're going to be talking about the millionverifier.com, which is a tool we use to actually verify all of our email addresses. And then we're going to be using bettercontacts.rocks. This is a waterfall enrichment tool, which basically takes all of the invalid, risky data and puts it through a number of different data sources, ultimately allowing us to get more accurate contact data, increasing our lead list, thereby increasing our ability to get more leads and ultimately make more money. Alrighty, here is a quick tutorial and demo on actually how to build one of these lists with Outscraper, Apollo, Million Verifier, and then bettercontact.rocks. So first, we're going to go to Outscraper to scrape your target sector. You can do anything, but for example, right, local businesses with relatively high customer values include roofers, HVAC, lawyers, electricians, and you want to make sure you're sorting by geography. So let's go into Outscraper. This is what it looks like when it's all said and done. But the way that you want to actually do it is go up to businesses and POI, go to the Google Maps data scraper, and then whatever you want, just search in here. And this is actually going to scrape a Google search. So in this case, we'll do roofer, and we'll go roofing contractor. And let's see if there's anything else. We don't necessarily want supply store. Let's just try roof. So in this case, we want to now select locations, right? So we're based in the US and we're targeting US companies. So let's do United States. And then I want to just not select all these. So I would select, like, let's go with the Southeast. So Florida. You can do all of Florida. You can do, call it Georgia. Here we go. We'll go Georgia. We'll go South Carolina. Go North Carolina. And that should be good for now. So what you want to do here now is select maximum results. So this is however many you want to select in total. If you don't know how big your market is, you can click this and then actually select this little link here This will give an approximate number of businesses for a specific search query. So if you go here and you select your category and your geography parameters, then it's going to give you a list of how many businesses actually are located within whatever your search parameters are. So roofing contractors in the United States, we're saying there's at least 118,000. So in this case, we would probably want to just do, let's call it 15,000. And then you want to get data. Now, I've already done this on the back end, so it takes a little bit of time to actually get this done. If you hit get data, it'll tell you how long it's going to process. And this is going to take 2 to 6 hours. So I've already done that. It's going to come up in the tasks. And then what you want to do here is you want to actually just download the data. Once you've downloaded the data, it's going to come up as a CSV. Save down that CSV and then sign into your Apollo account. And now that you're in Apollo, what you want to do is go into import and you want to do a bulk import. So in this case, they have a max, I think, of like around 5 or 10,000 accounts per upload. So if you do a large list, you're going to have to split it up. So you do that, you select CSV and upload it. It'll then show up here, or rather you need to go into the search, go into companies, come down to accounts, CSV imports, and then select your relevant imports. Now, what you need to do next is actually select all of your companies. And then from there, you'll want to actually build a list. So add to lists and then create whatever the list you want to name it. Now, if you don't do this, you're going to be capped at around 5 or 10,000 again when you want to start doing the people search. So this is something you got to do. Now that you've saved your company list, right? We have like 12,000 different results here, and we're showing some companies that are likely not going to be a good fit for us. That's okay. We're actually going to keep going and filter our data down a little bit further. So I'm going to do that now. This is how the list looks once we've saved it down. We have no filtering yet. So we're showing quite a few results. Now, what we want to do is start paring this down. So let's look at, I like to start with location just because it's the broadest, but let's just start with United States. So that's going to be any contact based in the US. And then also it's helpful to just make sure that you're selecting the account headquarters as well. So you're not targeting businesses in Europe if you're only looking for United States businesses, right? So that pares us down a little bit. Again, it shouldn't pare it down too much just because we've already done a Google search based on the US geographies, but it's good to just make sure you're double verifying in here. So we're seeing some huge companies. Now, just assuming we're targeting roofing businesses and like small to medium sized roofing businesses, let's look at employee count. In that case, we're probably not going to be wanting to go after 10,000. Maybe even 1,000 is pretty big. So let's just do 1 to 100. Because this is a segment that you could likely target most of the same titles. So we're going to do that now as well. So what we're going to filter by when it comes to our job titles are mainly the big decision makers. So companies between 1 and 50, you typically are going to want to be reaching out to the owners, the CEOs, the founders of the company, and anything bigger than 50, call it 50 to 100, you still want to be hitting up those main decision makers, but then you also want to start including some other relevant high-level individuals at the company, call it the VP level. Now, you can see we've pared down our list quite a bit from the hundreds of thousands of results earlier. Now we're just at 20,000. So let's just look at the job titles. And there's a bunch of ways you can do this, but management level is one good way. As you can see here, we have owners, founders, C-suites, and then you can even sort by departments and job function. And if you want all C-suites, that's good, but usually I like to break it down a little bit further so you can be more specific. So CEOs, founders, marketing executives, if you're targeting those, and then sales leaders. Whatever your target market, you can just select that. But let's just do a basic search. And we're going to go owners. We're going to go CEO. And then you're going to go founder. Cool. So we could build this out a little bit more, like managing partner, something like that. Okay, so we have about 2.6 thousand results here. Now, what you want to do there is go in here. You'll start to actually, you want to select the number of building just a 200 person list, ended up scraping that out and then verifying it here in Million Verifier. So you're going to see, right, you have a number of valid emails, which are good to send. And then these catch-alls, unknowns, invalids, these are bad. So what you want to do is then re-enrich in a tool called Better Contact. And so what this is actually doing is just putting it through a bunch of the best different email validation tools and enrichment tools. So, like Find Email is one example, and Hunter is another example. Drop Contact is another. But basically what this is doing then is you take the remaining leads that you want, you run it through here, and then it'll actually verify them further. So you can get an additional like 20 to 40% of the leads that you're looking for. So that's really just the workflow from Outscraper to Apollo to Million Verifier to Better Contact. So using your scrape data for personalization at scale. So in targeting local decision makers, it's 100% required to make sure your messaging is relevant. Now, business owners get so many inbound requests for their time. Relevance is more essential and important than ever. So to stand out, we'll want to use the scraped company data to write messaging that is both relevant and personalized. Do this by referencing their location, something you've learned about in their business. In this case, their Google rating. So using geography as a warm entry to a cold lead is an easy way to communicate shared identity. Now, knowing about your lead's local area makes you seem like you've A, done your research, and B, indicates you're part of the in or the in the know or part of their group. And this ultimately helps build trust. This can be as simple as, hey, name, saw you were of the top vertical roofing businesses in San Diego, Los Angeles, whatever city. Congrats on the 5.0 out of 150 ratings on Google. And then you just drop into the rest of your message. Simple as that. Now that's it for the video. If you're a B2B agency, a high ticket software business, and you're looking for 5 to 15 more qualified meetings each month with your ideal client on autopilot, head on over to levergrowth.io, book a meeting with us, and we'll see if we're a fit. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, write a comment, let me know what you thought. Would love to make some videos that you might find valuable in the future. But that's it for the video. Peace.